Welcome to all of you, Shiksha 360. Today, I want to discuss some of the important questions that are basically also one of the memory-based questions they have already asked in the examination. Clear? So let's start our discussion. And please try to be sincere and try to answer these questions. Okay. So let's start our discussion. The first basically point which we have to cover in our today's session, that is regarding the equity schemes. So under the equity schemes, basically, there are mainly three types of the classification. Okay. In the equity schemes, there are three types of the classification. First one, large cap. Second one, mid cap. Third one, small. So under which scheme, basically, how many companies are to be present? Clear, or which companies are to be present? Clear. Large. This is the question they have already asked. Large cap, that is first 200 company in terms of full capitalization. Clear, in term of full capitalization. Second one, that is mid cap, that is 101 to 250th, 101st to 250th company in terms of full capitalization. Last one, that is small cap, 251st to company onwards in the form of full, in terms of full capitalization. Okay. So these, okay, please remember regarding that. This one onwards. You will find one of the question from these things in the examination. Next one, very, very important. Definitely you will find in any of the set, full form of propagate. So can anyone tell what is the full form of propagate? Please tell fast if anyone remember what is the full form of propagate. Definitely you will find in the examination propagate. P R O P A G A T E. Most of the chances you will find the full form either of O, R, T, and these four letters are most expected. But let's start our discussion. P here for product, R here for risk, here for opportunities, product, risk, opportunities, P for people, A for appetite, G for geography, A for attributes, T for training, E for education. Okay. Product, risk, opportunities, people, appetite, geography, attribution, training, and education. Clear? So this is the full form of the propagate. And in any of the set, you will find this type of question. Next one, under that, there is one point which I want to discuss, as these points already discussed with you in the sessions. Next one, that is endowment policy. Can anyone remember what are endowment policies? Endowment policy, basically it is that type of policy in which a life insurance contract, it is a life insurance contract. In endowment policy, it is a life insurance contract, where it is a life insurance contract in which, or it is a life insurance contract designed to pay a lump sum after a specific term or on death. Okay. Endowment policy, what is that? It is a life insurance contract to pay a lump sum after a specific term or on death. Clear? After a specific term or on death. Like typical maturity, basically under that, like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or up to a certain age limit. Clear? Typical maturities under that 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or as a up to a certain age limit. That is endowment policy. Any doubt, any query up to this much point? Next one, which is important, what rarely basically you will find question from that. From the last 2 to 3 years, they are not asking questions from this. Like, what is the premium? Like for PMJJBY, JPMJJ, BY, PMSBY. This is a Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, and this is what? Health accident insurance, or we can say like Suraksha Bima Yojana. Okay, one is a life insurance and second one is a accidental insurance. What is the premium? Can anyone tell? Earlier their premium it is less, but this year premium has been enhanced in the month of May, June. Okay, in the month of May, June, premium has been enhanced. So let's tell fast what is the premium for the JJBY. Earlier premium is 330. Now it is enhanced and reaches to 436. Okay, this one, PMJJBY. And PMSBY, earlier premium is 12. Now it enhances to rupees 20. Okay. Earlier premium is 10. Now it enhances to rupees 20. Okay. Please remember regarding both these premiums. And what is the question which we already find in the examination as per the students? Like under the PMSBY, maximum claim amount, even after increasing the premium, claim amount is to be same. Claim amount in both, that is 2 lakh. Claim here, that is also 2 lakh. But here 2 lakh given in which case, and in some cases also 1 lakh is to be given. Okay. So we have to now understand 2 lakh it is given in which case. 2 lakh it is given in the case of the death or total or recoverable loss. Clear? Total or not total and irrecoverable loss of either of the both eyes or hands, that is both, or feet. Okay, or loss of sight of one eye. Okay, loss of sight of one eye and loss of use of one hand or foot. Clear? In that case 2 lakh is to be given. Clear? Like we can say that simultaneously, like we can say that there is loss of one eyesight and along with that loss of one hand or foot. In some cases 1 lakh it is to be given. Here we can think that loss of both eye, if there is loss of one eye only, or loss of one hand, loss of one feet, in that case 1 lakh is to be given. Okay, in that case 1 lakh is to be given. Okay, so please remember regarding that, very very important. Next question, which they have already asked in the examination regarding the depository services by banks. Depository services by banks. So through which means or through which depository services? The depository services basically provided by the banks to the customers. Can anyone tell basically what are two depository limited companies which are to be used for that? First one, that is NSDL, National Securities Depository Limited. Second one, that is CSDL, Central Depository Services Limited. Clear. Second one, that is CSDL, Central Depository Services Limited. In the examination, what they have asked question, that is what is ISDN, sorry, ISIN, and how many alphanumeric code it is. Clear. How many alphanumeric code it is. This question already asked in the examination in the last year. ISIN. Can anyone tell what is ISIN? ISIN basically it stands for International Securities Identification International Securities Identification Number. And it is of how many digits? That is 12 digit. It is 12 digit alphanumeric code. Clear. It is 12 digit alphanumeric code. Okay. And for India, the first two digit it is to be IN. Clear. That represents the country. Clear. First two digits basically represents the country, and for here we are using IN. Clear. IN. Next one, the question which they have asked in the examination: what is rematerialization? What is rematerialization? Rematerialization, what is that? It is a process of getting the securities. Okay. Process of getting the securities in an electronic form. Process of getting the securities in an electronic form converted back into physical form. Converted back into physical form. It is known as rematerialization. Okay. Process of getting the securities in an electronic form converted back into physical form. Okay. Converted back into physical form. It is known as rematerialization. Okay. It is known as rematerialization. How they can rematerialize this one another point in that RRF. Please tell fast if anyone remember what is the full form of RRF. RRF stands for remat request form. RMAT stands for basically remat request form. It is what an investor, how they can rematerialize their shares. An investor can rematerialize his shares by filling in a remat request form. Clear? An investor can rematerialize his shares by filling in a remat request form. Okay, so please remember that regarding the remat request form. These are some of the questions which they have already asked in the examination, and continuously we are expecting this question in the upcoming examinations. Clear? These are just for the important, as it seems that important. Next one. APY, I think already are you aware regarding the APY? And next, the thing they have asked in the examination regarding the power of attorney. That is POA. Power of attorney. It should be. What can anyone remember? What are the types and why it is to be used? Power of attorney, that is basically its name shows that you have given your power to some other person. Okay, it means that basically you have given your power to some other person to act on behalf of the person who has executed the power of attorney. It means that you have to act on that person who has given you that power. Clear? Who has given you that power. So power of attorney, it is two types. First one, that is the general power of attorney. Second one, special power of attorney. It is two types. First one, that is the general power of attorney. Second one, that is the special power of attorney. Special power of attorney, it is given for the specific purpose. Okay, it is basically for the given the specific purpose. And general power of attorney, that is it is given for performing more than one function. Clear? General power of attorney, it is given for performing more than one person. And sometimes they will ask this type of question also: can power of attorney given to more than one person? Yes, power of attorney, it is also given to more than one person. In that case, they have to be specified. The operation is to be jointly, or they can do individually. Clear? Operation jointly or next one, very, very important point. That is, if power of attorney is executed in a foreign country. Clear? If power of attorney it is executed in a foreign country, it should be stamped within how many months? It should be stamped within dash months. It's being received in India. It should be stamped within dash month. It's being received in okay. So if power of attorney is executed in a foreign country, it should be stamped within dash months. It's being received in India. So within how much time months it should be received? It should be stamped within 3 months. Clear? It should be stamped within 3 months. These are the questions you will find in the examination from the power of attorney. Some of the basic questions you have to remember that. Very, very basic questions. This is the full form. Next one, which you have to just, because in the examination we don't know what they will ask. RAAC, that is risk asset acceptance criteria. RAAC, that is risk asset acceptance criteria, that is basically known as RAAC. Okay. Next one, very, very important. Moratorium, which we have already covered. No need to discuss again. EMI. I have already case study shared on the EMI. This case study they have already asked in the examination. Please go through that. Okay, please go through that in the case study. Very, very important. Mortgages and their types already discussed with you. Please remember, you will get one or two questions from that also. In the mortgages, types of the mortgage. Okay. Next, three important points I have to discuss before completing the session. Regarding the tax benefits, one question we will expect from that also. Tax benefit in a respect of housing finance. Tax benefit in a respect of housing finance. So first one, that is section 24. Second one, that is section 80C. Third one, that is section 80EE. Okay. So section what 24, what it says that? It says that tax deduction on payment of home loan interest. Clear? Section 24, that is tax deduction on payment of loan interest. Tax deduction on payment of home loan interest, that is section 24C. Next one, that is section 80C. Section 80C, what it tells? Tax deduction on principal repayment. Clear? Tax deduction on principal repayment of a housing loan. Okay. 80 section 24, what it tells? The tax deduction on payment of home loan. Section 80C, tax reduction on principal interest on repayment of housing loan. Third one, section 80EE, that is tax reduction for first time home buyer. Tax reduction for first time home buyer. Okay. So these are some of the important points which I want to discuss with you. And I request to all of you, please go through all the other important points and please remember the annuity formulas. You will find 4 to 5 questions, very basic questions on the basis of the annuity. Okay, on the basis of the annuity, I will help you to remember the formulas. Rule of 72, all of you have remembered what the rule of 72 says, that 72 upon ROI is equal to the time to take to double the money. And in the case of the future value, most of the question you will find just future value is equal to present value into 1 plus R power n. Very rarely you have to use the formula of the annuity. If like in the February 2022, they have asked 4 to 5 questions and all questions are basically based on this simple formula, that is future value is equal to present value into 1 plus R power n. Clear? Whenever they are asking the future value question, so first of all, you have to use this formula either in, okay, definitely you will get the answer from that. Otherwise, what is the calculating the ordinary annuity? Present value and future value. Present value is equal to A upon R into 1 plus R power n minus 1 upon 1 plus R power n. This is the formula of the present value. And what is the formula of future value? A upon R into 1 plus R power n minus 1. Okay, this is the formula of the present value. And I request to all of you, please remember all these things, very, very important. Next one, that is cost inflation index. Okay, so if they ask questions in the examination basically from these topics, definitely you will get the straightforward questions, whatever it is present in the book. They will not ask like any other typical type questions. Questions in the examination will be asked from the book. Clear? It's not like we can say that either different or typical questions. Directly straightforward question will be asked from the book. And very, very important, the method of the valuation. Please go through that. Very, very important. Last time also 2 to 3 questions they have asked from the valuation method, like land with the building, life of structures, urban land. Okay, all these things you have to be remember. So in this session, I have tried to discuss some of the other important points that definitely help you for the revision purpose, and it also help you in the examination. So thanks to all of you for joining this session.